Are you yearning for a change in your life, a breakthrough that seems just out of grasp? This is a sentiment that resonates with many of us. We all have those moments, those periods in our life when we feel stagnant, stuck in a rut, or simply unsatisfied with where we are. We desire change, a shift in our circumstances, a breakthrough to catapult us into a more fulfilling existence. In these moments of longing, we often look for guidance, for a beacon to light our path and inspire us to push through the obstacles. One such source of wisdom and motivation can be found in the pages of the Bible. The Bible is filled with stories of people who have faced challenges, who have yearned for change and found their breakthrough. In the Bible, we find verses that can guide us through this journey towards breakthrough. These verses are not just words, they are life lessons, they are promises, they are sources of strength and inspiration. The first verse we're going to look at is Jeremiah 29:11. This verse is a powerful promise from the Lord, stating, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Isn't that a comforting thought? That our Creator, the one who knows us more intimately than anyone else, has plans for us, plans that are filled with hope and prosperity. This verse is not about immediate gratification or quick fixes. It's about faith, about trusting in God's timing and His perfect plan. It's about believing that even when things seem challenging or uncertain, God is working behind the scenes for our benefit. This verse reassures us that God has our best interests at heart and that He is working towards our prosperity and hope. So let's hold on to this promise. Let's trust in His plan and move forward with hope and faith. The second verse that will guide us is Romans 8:28. This verse is a beacon of hope and a reminder of God's unfailing love for us. It reads, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Let's delve into this. It tells us that in all things, yes, all things, including the trials and tribulations we face, God is at work. He isn't just watching from a distance, but actively weaving our circumstances together for our benefit. And why does He do this? Because we are called according to His purpose. We each have a unique role in His grand design. This verse isn't about escaping challenges. It's about finding purpose in them. It's about understanding that even the most difficult moments are part of God's plan for our good. In this verse, we find comfort knowing that all things, good and bad, are working towards our good under God's plan. Our third verse is Psalm 37:4. This verse is a profound reminder of where our true happiness lies. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. It's not just about asking God for what we want. It's about finding our joy in Him first and foremost. Imagine a life where our delight, our joy, and our happiness are firmly rooted in our relationship with God. This verse is telling us that when we do this, when we truly find joy in God, He will fulfill the desires of our hearts. It's not a transaction, rather it's about aligning our hearts with God's. When our desires are in sync with God's will, the breakthroughs we experience are not just about meeting our needs, but they are also about fulfilling our purpose in life. This verse encourages us to seek joy in God, and in return, we will receive our heart's desires. These verses form the basis of our prayer for breakthrough. Let's contemplate the immense power of prayer. Prayer is not just an act of seeking help or expressing gratitude. It is a profound conversation, a connection with the divine. It's a channel through which we can pour out our hearts, our fears, our hopes, and our dreams to a power higher than ourselves. In prayer, we listen, we speak, and most importantly, we surrender. Imagine the words of the Bible verses we've discussed, weaving together to form a prayer that embodies the lessons we've learned, a prayer that calls out for our breakthrough. This prayer is not a magic formula, but a sincere expression of faith, asking for divine guidance and intervention in our lives. The power of prayer lies not in the words we utter, but in the faith with which we utter them. It's about believing in the possibility of change, of miracles, of breakthroughs. It's about trusting that God hears every word, sees every tear, knows every desire of our hearts. Now I encourage you all to pray regularly and faithfully. Pray with an open heart and a willing spirit. Pray not only when you need something, but also to express your gratitude, your love, your admiration for God. Pray because it brings you closer to God. because it aligns your spirit with His. You see, prayer is more than just a spiritual discipline. It's a lifestyle, a lifeline. It's a means through which we can experience God's love and power in the most profound ways. It's a pathway to breakthrough. In prayer, we communicate with God and align ourselves with His purpose for us. We listen to His whispers in the silence of our hearts. We let His peace envelop us, His love transform us, His strength empower us. And in that sacred space of communion with God, we find our breakthrough, not just in our circumstances, but in ourselves. In prayer, we communicate with God and align ourselves with His purpose for us. This is where our breakthrough begins. As we conclude our time together, remember the power of these verses and the prayer we've shared. Let them resonate within you, creating ripples of faith and strength, becoming a beacon of hope in your life's journey. Meditate on these words. Let them seep into your heart, your mind, your soul. Allow them to become your shield and your sword, your comfort and your guide. The power of consistent prayer is immense. It can create breakthroughs in any area of your life. So let your prayers rise like incense, consistent, persistent, and resilient. Let them touch the heavens and move the heart of the Almighty. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with others who might need it. And don't forget to check out the amazing books on prayer recommended in the description. Remember, your breakthrough is just a prayer away.